Shalom, all praises to Yahweh by Hashem, Yahweh Shai by Hashem, Rakal Kadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule well. Peace and salutation to the Akim across the four corners of this earth, teaching this truth with sincerity and risking their lives to do so. This is your brother Kariam coming with a quick lesson. Hopefully it's edifying. About to go a little bit straight into the milk. Just in case if anybody don't get, what we going into, or get any of my videos, I happen to stumble across my page. I just want to start over with just a little introduction. Well, basically, I just want to go into a little bit of milk, because pursuant to the chapter of Deuteronomy, the 28th chapter, if you read the whole chapter and go down, it breaks down the curses and the blessings of the house of Israel, and it gives a description on that is a description going by the curses, and the blessings of the house of Israel. So, by process of elimination, you see that the house of Israel is you so-called Native Americans, Negroes, and Latinos, So now I'm about to go into how Yahweh Shai, who the world ignorantly knows as Jesus Christ, feels about preaching, or preaching the word or giving the truth to. I'm going to start at Matthew 10:5. It said, these 12 sent forth and commanded them, saying, now this is going to Yahweh Shai sending forth his apostles, his prophets, It says, go not into the way of the Gentiles, and into any city of the Samaritans enter ye not, but go rather to the lost sheep of the house of Israel. So basically that's what we're doing. We're looking for the lost sheep, which is the starting with the elect on down. We preaching this word and this gospel and spreading this good news to our people and our people only. For any other nation, it's not meant for, the Lord say that the nations, other nations to him are nothing, and they're counted as spittle, pursuant to 2nd Esdras 6, and I believe that's 56. So whenever anybody cracks open this Bible, it's meant for the house of Israel, and that's why we are only basically giving truth, wisdom, knowledge, and understanding to the house of Israel, so-called Native Americans, Latinos, and Negroes. It's like nobody else is gonna be able to get it anyway. You might have theology people that study in theologists from other nations, in theology from other nations, or even from Israel, but you're not gonna get it unless you get this doctrine. And the doctrine is going to the teaching. Because like when you going into Christian churches, they're gonna dance around certain subjects because they want a certain following, or they don't want to offend anybody, or they want to graft in all nations, just like I said, just to have a huge following, or they might just be ignorant to the fact, because it's all about being indoctrinated. And when they go to these certain schools and colleges, which going into college was only for college. When you went to college, it was only to learn about the Bible anyway, going all the way back to date. But when they go to these certain universities and colleges that teach them about the Bible, or even in churches, they dance around certain subjects. They don't tell them the judgment of the Lord. They only teach them about basically the so-called, the glory, but I'll say so-called glory because they don't really even go into that. One of my brothers even said, like, these people worship Jesus Christ, which is going off, and they don't even know how to do that, But a couple of more precepts going into how this thing is only for the house of Israel. This is Amos 3:2. Hear this word that the Lord hath spoken against you, O children of Israel, against the whole family which I brought up from the land of Egypt, saying, you, right? So that root word is you only have I known of all the families of the earth. Therefore, I will punish you for all your iniquities. Now, of course, going into the curses of the house of Israel is why we got punished, because it's sort of like it's sort of like when you in your parents' house and you have your friends over and the house is messed up. You know better. I know you're my child. You're going to get the scolding, the punishment, the whooping, or discipline, because this is your house. This is our house. The Lord is our father, basically. And that's why we get the punishments, and he gave us the law, statutes, and the commandments. You know what I'm saying? Going back to Deuteronomy, we'll go to there's so many. This one is 16. Is it 18? No, Salakia. Deuteronomy 26:18, and the Lord have avouched thee this day to be his peculiar people, as he hath promised thee, and that thou shouldest keep all his commandments. See, and that's where it's going into. See, the Lord avouched us to be his peculiar people, and when you go into that word peculiar, you have belonging excessively to one person. See, we belong to the Lord, and that's why the Lord punishes us for all our iniquities, and that's why he gives us the law, statutes, and the commandments, because we'll finish reading Deuteronomy 26:19. He said, and to make thee high above all nations which he has praised, which he have made in praise and in name and in honor, and that thou mayest be a holy people unto the Lord thy God, as he hath spoken. Yeah, again, we belong to the Lord, and he belongs to us. Basically, we are his children, and he is our God. And that's why, again, this thing is for the house of Israel, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. And this is Malachi. I'm gonna start this Malachi, the 4th chapter, and I'm gonna start at 4. Remember ye the law of Moses, my servant, which I command unto him in Horeb for all Israel, with the statutes and commandments. Yeah, that's what he's talking to her, though. Who is the servant? Israel again. And I'm about to, let me get that precept 1 second. Hold up one more time. Malachi 4:4. Remember ye the law of Moses, my servant, right? Which I command unto him, my servant, which I commanded unto him in Horeb for all Israel, with statutes and judgments. Yeah, Moses gave us the law, statutes, and the commandments. And of course we didn't keep them, because this law is for who? Israelites, man. And Israelites only. But other nations are supposed to follow the laws too, because we follow them. Because we're supposed to be going around teaching everyone how to prosper through the law, statutes, and the commandments. It's kind of like you have the sea. You have certain creatures in the sea that cleans the sea, like lobsters and crabs and and catfish and all the bottom feeders of the sea that's supposed to clean the sea. But of course the sea is polluted because everybody eating all the abominable things in the sea that you ain't even supposed to eat. You know? So it's like the world's gonna be naturally gonna be out of whack because Jake, who is Jacob, you know, who is Israel, who is Yasharallah, Jake is naturally wicked, man. Jake always going off and doing things that he ain't supposed to do, following these other nations and the philosophies. So that's why everything's out of whack right now. And that's why we coming to our people and telling them, come back to the law, statutes, and the commandments. Why? Because even the Lord spoke it. The Lord said it. The Lord declared that 2/3 of our people was going to be wiped off the face of the earth and die. And only 1/3 of our people is going to be saved. You know? So, knowing that time is to come, what would you do when the kingdom of heaven is at hand? What would you do? Would you come back to the laws, or would you keep on continue doing wickedness? You know? And that's basically the message that's being sent, you know, out to our people. And I know people think that the Lord is going to speak to them, going to drop down and speak to them and tell them like personal things that they should do. But let me finish that in Amos, because I forgot to get it. It says, I'm going to just start at Amos 3:6. It says, shall a trumpet be blown in the city, and the people not be afraid? Shall there be evil in a city, and the Lord have not done it? Surely the Lord God, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, will do nothing, right? The Lord won't do anything, basically, right? But he revealeth his secrets unto his servants and the prophets. Yeah, kind of. Anytime it's about to be anything that's happening, the Lord sends out his prophets. And that's why we're here. We're warning our people before the time to come. So I hope that this video was edifying. I'm definitely going to throw up a part 2. So with that, I'm going to say shalom.